Hey everybody, welcome! Falcon, Darkest Dungeon. I'm really excited. My hype train is finally here. I've been kind of expecting this game for quite a while now. It finally got into my hands itself, so I could finally play it. I'm really excited to do so. If you are familiar with the channel, you'll probably know that I'm a very vocal commentator. I'm not over here yelling and shit like that, but I do like to kind of, joke around with my audience and things of that nature. Darkest Dungeon, however, really benefits from the narrative and the atmosphere that the game actually sets up itself. So, that said, just a little bit of a warning, I will be kind of toning it down a little bit in order to let that narration and commentary kind of flow, at least from the game's perspective itself, because I would be really, really upset if I'm robbing from you the experience that this game actually kind of portrays to you. So just a little bit of a heads up. All that said and done, let's actually stop talking. Let's get into the game because I'm really excited to check it out here. So campaign, we're going to go over here and click on this bad boy over here. These are just little few test runs I was kind of checking out to kind of get a little bit familiar with the game itself. So we're going to go with this one as the old YouTube over here. Hit enter. Alrighty, and I think initially we're going to have a little bit of a cutscene, so again, I'm going to cut off and then you guys kind of experience, and then we'll kind of start talking a little bit about what Darkest Dungeon is all about.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient, pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path, you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
Alrighty, and here we are. So this is going to be kind of like the tutorial of the game itself. Expect to die in the tutorial. It's basically, I'm pretty sure, guaranteed that you will die because that is what progresses the game itself forward into the other mechanics of the game itself. So over here is going to be like the map navigation system itself. Instantly, if you're a fan of games like, Odin Sphere or Muramasa, you'll probably have a really good feel as to how this game kind of plays out. The battle system itself is kind of done in a turn-based type of system, but it's not your typical turn-based RPG. There is a really, really amazing amount of strategy involved in this game because if you just go into like a battle, just balls to the wall type of instance, you're not going to really succeed too much. You have to really kind of plan out your moves.
Have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
Again, that's going to be one of the examples. I'm going to really tone it down whenever I hear this dude talking because the narration is a really, really important part of the game. And I'd be doing the game a big disservice if I'm over here just kind of blabbering about over it. So, in the hallway movement, you can move around with WASD. Well, W is going to be to actually check items out. DNA is to move backward and forward. Character placement in this game is also very important. A lot of these guys over here have certain skills that only necessarily activate at certain parts of the battle system itself. So, for instance, this guy over here, Dismas, the pistol shot only actually activates if you're in the second, third, or fourth slot. If you're in the first slot, as you can see over here by the little blanked out circle, you will not be able to get that skill off. And it only actually affects enemies which are noted by the red circles there in the second, third, or fourth slot. So if you're like, first slot and the enemy's the first slot, you're not going to be able to get attack off and things of that nature. And then, same thing applies with these other dudes over here. Now the thing is that everybody has kind of like their own class and their own kind of things that they kind of excel at. So you really have to, again, take a really...
this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
So yeah, you really have to kind of really take all that into consideration right here. So, first thing first, little tutorial, kill the enemy. Combat is turn-based. On your hero's turn, click a skill icon and then click on the highlighted target. If you can't select a particular skill, it's because that hero needs to be standing in a different spot or there are no valid targets. Mouse over the skill to see the requirements. And again, that's what I mentioned before. Every single skill has a certain amount of requirement involved to it, so it's up to you to kind of figure out what's going to work out for you. Again, placement is really, really crucial in this game. So right now we have like just a regular matchup over here against the Brigand Cutthroat, 15 HP, DOD 2, Speed 3, he's a human. And it'll tell you in the bottom what the resistances are. There's a really also a big emphasis on status effects in this game too, I'm going to say. And I haven't really played around with it too much, but just keep that in mind. So for instance, Brigand Cutthroat over here. Let's see here. This is my first dude over here that I'm going to take a shot with here. Essentially, I can't do a pistol shot because this enemy is in the first slot. So again, you can't take a shot over here. If it was in the second, third, or fourth, we're good to go. However, you could also mitigate this by moving people back and forth if you want to in order to activate certain skills, and also move your heroes back in case they're really too hurt to actually take any more damage up front. So first and foremost, I'm going to do Take Aim. This is going to actually be just a buff for our highwaymen over here. This will give us a +4 to accuracy and +5 to crit chance. So I'll do that on myself. Boom. So we got a buff over here. So he's going to come over here and shank us. Apparently he's in prison now. This is like some Oz type shit over here. Alrighty, so Reynald the Crusader. We're next with him. We could do a little bit. This is going to be, as you can see, it says Torch +5. We haven't talked about this over here. Radiant Light 88, ++ to scouting, ++ to monster surprise. This is going to be really important, and we'll talk about this really soon, maybe after the tutorial itself kind of teaches us about it too, but I'll wait till that time comes around. Let's go over here and we'll do a Stunning Blow. This has actually a chance to stun, 100% chance to stun the enemy, assuming it hits. It has an 85% chance of accuracy base, so let's try this out. And we were able to stun him for sure, and that's going to kind of delay his turn for a while. Round 2's now, and remember, we got this guy with a Take Aim, so he has a little bit of a buff to him. However, that shank also did, as a matter of fact, give us the bleed status. So we're going to be losing 1 health per round for 2 rounds in total. So we already took 1. We have at least 1 more round waiting for 1 more extra damage to him. So what I'm going to do with him is we could actually even open this guy up and possibly cause him the bleed status effect as well. This will be bleed 2 points per round for 3 rounds. Yeah, you know what? Let's actually try to bleed this dude out a little bit here. So we got 8 damage, and he is bleeding, so that's going to definitely help us out. Whenever his turn comes up, he's going to take a little bit of, I guess, passive damage over time. Now with Reynald over here, we're going to be going into, you know what? Let's just go for Smite. See if we can get this guy out of the way already.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
And after, again, you win, you will also get a little bit of a loot. And this is going to be all really important. This game has like a really progressive, like almost roguish type of sense to it. Don't get attached to your characters too much because they will die. Believe me, they will. It's up to you to kind of keep them alive over time. This is only your startup crew. These guys are, you know, unfortunately fated for disaster over here. As you can see, I'm still taking damage from the bleed effect. That's going to either clear itself out over time, or you could also patch this up with bandages when you get them down the line. So interactive objects. While exploring, you will often find interactive objects. Click or press W to investigate them to take a look inside this tent. Now, these items over here, you'll come around occasionally to things like this that you could check out. Some of them actually require like keys and shovels and things of that nature to kind of mitigate the potential risk involved with them. So right now we're going to check this tent out. This is going to be the brigand's tent that we just actually took down. So let's check what's in here. And we got 550.
There is much to be found in forgotten places.
Alright, so we'll take everything. We're up to 800 gold, and we also have food. Food's going to be really important to restore health over time and also stave off hunger. Your characters will get hungry the longer they are out in the battlefield itself, so keep that in mind. Again, the game has so much depth to it. It's really so ridiculous how fun this game and strategic is really going to be over time.
An ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
That narration is just so good, man. It's just so damn good. Alrighty, so here is a Brigand Bloodletter, 38 HP. This is the dude that took me down in the tutorial last time. I'm pretty sure it's going to do it again. But we'll give it a little bit of a fight here to see if we can actually get into this chest. I haven't done it before, but we'll see. My first course of action is probably taking care of this guy if we can. Now, what's happened over here is that because we were surprised, it actually shuffled my lineup a little bit. So with Dismiss over here, we're going to take aim. We could actually bleed this dude out a little bit too. And I could actually even bleed this guy. So I will do that as a matter of fact. Let's go into Open Vein and just go after this dude over here. Oh, we can't. Oh, because this guy is in front of him. Gotcha. So never mind. I was wrong on that one. So you know what? We could either bleed this dude or we could just shift places over here. I am going to just bleed the big dude because he has a lot of HP and maybe some damage over time is going to help us out a little bit here. So let's go into the Open Vein. Oh, crit, 19. And we did bleed him too. So that's actually pretty good. And we dodged both of those shots too. Interesting. 2 damage over time because he's a big dude. He's a pretty big guy. That's a Bane reference right there in case you weren't aware. Let's see. So we're back to Reynald over here. You know, with the crit that we landed over here, I have high expectations for this. We'll see if we can actually get farther than usual. Now, with Reynald, we have all of our options available. I'm considering going with probably trying to stun this dude over here. I think that would probably be for the best if we can do that. So let's definitely go with the stun. 3 damage and stun. Excellent. Round 2. We have some blanket fire over here. Yeah, this guy just shreds your shit up so bad. That's the reason why I wanted to go after him first. But, you know, this guy's over here in the way, so we got to get rid of him first and foremost. Unless I move Dismiss back. I guess that's probably the best thing at this point. So I'm going to show you off the whole moving system here. In the middle of a battle, you could do a little move back, and we'll just switch him up with the this dude over here. Now, the problem is that we are going to lose a turn with him in the meantime. And we're also bleeding with Reynald over here. Now, these little white bars, we haven't talked about that. That's the stress meter. This is going to be really, really important too, but again, we'll cover that soon enough. Alrighty, so for now, we're just going to continue going after this dude. I am going to go with Smite. Just try to take him down as soon as possible. That's a really terrible miss. 2 damage again. Stun is over. Alrighty. Blanket fire, 4 damage to... Oh, he dodged. Sweet. 2 damage again. Point blank shot. Oof. 11 damage is really high. Alrighty. Dude, where are you going, dog? I put you up here for a reason. Alrighty. Let's try to bleed this dude again if we can with our highwayman over here. 4 damage and bleed. Excellent. Alrighty, so we're back to Reynald over here who kind of swapped out on me. Let's go with a stunning blow again. If we could just kind of get this dude to stop attacking us, we might be able to pull this off over here. He resisted that stun. But he will die in 2 turns just from the bloodletting alone, assuming we don't do it right now. So I'm going to just cut him one more time.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Alrighty, so we actually took care of that guy. I have hope. I have hope for this one, definitely. Now, what do we do? I believe we probably try to stun this guy as well. Get him, oh, that's really a bad miss again. Reynald, you're gonna let me down, dog. And another rush shot over here, 2 damage, okay. There's no way for us to heal right now, I don't think. No, we have no healing abilities, and we have no, classic actually heal our people over time. So at this point, we hope for maybe another bleed here, and maybe even a crit. Definitely bleed and 7 damage. He has 5 to go. If we could land this shot, I'm pretty sure we could probably kill him. Our damage would be either 6 to 12. It would be enough. Our chance to hit is 70. You could tell that by the bottom over here, and a 5% chance to crit. So as long as this hits, it's over. It is over.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
I'm surprised. I actually lost this in the tutorial, and that's when it sends you back to the main village itself. So hey, I'm happy about that. We got 1125 gold, and we also have 4 crests, which is actually used to kind of upgrade stuff back in the town itself, and we'll talk about that soon. So I'm take everything over here. And we got the mission completed, so click to exit dungeon. What we're going to do before we do that, though, is actually open this up. We're going to open this chest, and there might be a trap. Yeah, it's a trap chest, so if you don't have a key or a way to kind of pass this little trap over here, it might kind of fail on you, but, you know, we have no way to kind of go about that, so we're going to try it. It is indeed trapped. And we got Blight, and we got nothing for that, did we? Alrighty, well, either way, we are actually done with. Let's get on out of here. So Victory, the Old Road, we got 5,000 just from completing this alone. And we have a few crests over here, collected heirlooms. Let's go into next. And we got 2 plus Resolve XP for both of these guys. And apparently Dismas is ready to actually learn a new skill. So let's actually click this open. Oh, actually, no, this is a trade. He learned Steady, which is a negative 10 stress damage. It's actually pretty good.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
Alrighty, and that's letting you know that, you know, we're kind of in charge of these miscreants over here in a sense. We're done over here, so this is going to tell you, like, your Caretaker Goals, essentially what you're trying to do right now, and as you can see over here, defeat the Apprentice Necromancer, defeat the Swine Prince, defeat the Wizened Hag, Necromancer Swine King. There's a lot to do. There is so much to do. I'm really excited. There's also roster goals. Raise a Leper to resolve level 6, Crusader to resolve level 6, and raise a Bounty Hunter to resolve level 6. I'm not entirely sure what these give you just yet because, again, I haven't gotten that far. But we're going to find out, hopefully, together, right? And that's it. So let's get on out of here really quickly by doing this over here. Alrighty, get help where you may. On any screen in the game, press and hold H to kind of see the contextual help menu in case you're kind of a little bit lost over here. Any more narration going on? No. Okay. So at this point, we basically have the chance to go over here to the stagecoach and start recruiting a few more people.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
So over time, you're going to have just people coming in, and it's your chance. It's basically up to you to recruit them. And that is actually done by using up these bad boys over here, which we'll go over really quickly. You need to recruit these 2 heroes to fill out a party of 4. Drag and drop them into your roster. While you're here, spend some of your starting resources on upgrading the Stagecoach network. This will increase the number of heroes available here in the future. So for instance, right now we have these 2 guys available, which is a Seeker Plague Doctor and also a Seeker Vestal. Alrighty, so we're definitely going to recruit them. You guys come along.
Battle, pious and unrelenting.
And then over here we have, so this is going to be our starting party of 4 over here. Instead of party of 5, you know that amazing Fox show growing up? I do, because I'm an old man. But it's going to be a party of 4 over here. Now, in terms of upgrading the Stagecoach, if you pop this down over here, Stagecoach Network. So increases the number of recruits available for hire. The chance will take effect after you return for your next quest. And basically what this does is it lets you have more people come into the town and be like, hey, you know, I'm available for recruitment. And you can kind of build your own stable that way and essentially swap people out. So that'd be really important when you come back from a mission, assuming you either win or you fail, and fail in the sense that you actually leave the dungeon yourself without dying. Your people will come back into town. It's going to take them a little while to kind of get their stress meter down. And again, we haven't talked about that, which we will. You want to actually send them into a dungeon without their stress meter actually filled out, because if it's filled up, then, you know, they're going to actually start disobeying you in combat, and also they're going to start taking negative effects to their either skills and stats and a lot of other things. So definitely you want to keep them up and running. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually invest in this one over here. This is going to increase the number of available heroes to 3, meaning every single time we come back from a quest, we'll have 3 people over here waiting for recruitment. So it's going to cost us 4 and 4, which is 4 deeds and 4 crests. Thankfully, we got 24 of these bad boys over here, so I'm gonna increase this up to 3.
More
so now,
alive, foolishly seeking fortune and glory in this domain of the damned.
Just the narration is so goddamn good, man. So we're gonna have at least 3 people at least available to us every time we come back from a mission. I'm pretty sure that's how it works out. And you can also increase the hero barracks, which it lets you essentially add more people to your reserve roster over here. This is gonna be 4 and 4. You know what? Let's actually invest in the hero barracks as well, maybe? Yeah, let's go up to 11. Alrighty, so we've used this up a little bit. We're going to need a few more deeds before we start upgrading this anymore, but you get deeds by going out and doing missions, so that is that right there. The other things over here available to you are locked right now, but they will become unlocked the more quests you actually complete. And we could go over here to the graveyard to check out your fallen heroes.
Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
So right now, thankfully, because we didn't lose our people in the tutorial mission, they're not over here to be observed. But when you lose people, they're going to be over here in the graveyard. I'm not sure if this is going to have any sort of effect over time. Maybe there's some down the line you could revive them somehow. I don't know, just speculation on my part. Alrighty, so what we're going to call an episode here. We will embark on the actual first non-tutorial mission next episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a thumbs up, leave a like. The support does mean a lot. All the information for Darkest Dungeon is going to be in the description below if you want to check it out for yourself. And again, give the game a chance. It's really, really fun, especially if you're into the whole, like, you know, dark medieval type of fantasy world. And the combat is really amazing. We just barely scratched the tip of the iceberg right now. Is it the tip of the iceberg? Tip of the mountain? Whatever. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for next episode. I'll catch you guys then.